All right, you're good.
All right. Welcome back, sports fans. It is 9:36 and we will open with the City Council regular meeting for Wednesday, April 5th, 2023. And we are convening as a city council right now. Everyone is here on the council, and I will ask that we again stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Thank you. Please take your seats. All right, we have, best part of the mayor's job is item number 3 on the regular agenda, which is proclamations and presentations. And we have 3 this month. So ladies, if you want to come forward.
Troopers.
Just 2, not all 4? 3? All right. Yeah.
She said all.
Let's do this for the record, for everyone watching at home, and for everybody here. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourselves and the organization that you represent.
My name is Jennifer Hinojosa. I'm with the Crisis Center of Comal County, and I am the Director of Clinical Operations.
I am Julie Strench with the Crisis Center of Comal County, and I am the Chief Executive Officer.
My name is Miriam Puga. I am with the Crisis Center of Comal County, and I am the Prevention Case Manager and Coordinator.
My name is Mildred Monreal, and I am the Chief Development Officer.
Awesome. Thank you, and I have a proclamation to read, and then we'll get pictures afterwards. Proclamation. Whereas Sexual Assault Awareness Month is intended to draw attention to the fact that sexual assault is widespread and has public health implications for communities, and statistics indicate that 1 in 5 women will have experienced sexual assault in their lifetime, and nearly a quarter of men will have experienced some form of contact sexual violence in their lifetime, and we must work together to educate our community about what can be done to prevent sexual assault and how to support survivors. And staff and volunteers of the Crisis Center of Comal County and other prevention-related programs in the area encourage every person to speak out when witnessing acts of violence, however small, and speak up when they hear others making light of sexual assault, stereotypes, or gender biases. And with leadership and dedication and encouragement, there is compelling evidence that we can be successful in reducing sexual assault in our community through prevention education, increased awareness, and holding perpetrators who commit acts of violence responsible for their actions. And we strongly support the efforts of national, state, and local partners, including residents, to actively engage in public and private efforts, including conversations about what sexual assault is, how to prevent it, how to help survivors connect with services, and how every segment of our society can work together to better address sexual assault. Now therefore be it resolved that I, Rob Erickson, Mayor of Garden Ridge, Texas, do hereby proclaim April 2023 in the city of Garden Ridge as Sexual Assault Awareness Month. Outstanding. Who wants to, here, we'll put it right here. You guys hold it in the middle, and we'll get a picture. 2 pictures. Do you guys have anything you'd like to say? We did the introductions, but please, the floor is yours.
All right. So the Crisis Center of Comal County is a nonprofit agency. We've been around for over 36 years, and we serve survivors of sexual assault with comprehensive services. So those being shelter, counseling, we provide legal advocacy, accompaniment to SANE exams, we provide advocacy accompaniment to court, and we Thank you very much for the support of this community, because we couldn't do this work without y'all. So thank you.
Pleasure. Anybody else? No? A big round of applause. Thank you, ladies. It's a round of applause, too, for sticking out until 9:35. All right. Do we have anybody here from CASA of Central Texas? Don't think we do. Or the children, the CAC, Children's Advocacy Center?
No, I think they left.
They left, okay. All right, we have another proclamation. Whereas there were nearly 57,000 confirmed victims of child abuse and neglect in Texas during 2022, with 1,447 of those being children in Comal County. And whereas child abuse prevention is a community responsibility and finding solutions depends on involvement among all people, and communities must make every effort to promote programs that benefit children and their families. And effective child abuse prevention programs succeed because of partnerships among agencies, schools, religious organizations, law enforcement agencies, and the business community. And everyone in the community should become more aware of child abuse prevention and encourage parents to raise their children in a safe, nurturing environment. Now therefore be it resolved that I, Rob Erickson, Mayor of City of Garden Ridge, Texas, do hereby proclaim April 2023 in the City of Garden Ridge as Child Abuse Prevention and Awareness Month. Okay. Linda, come forward, please. One more proclamation.
I had to put it, I've got a TENS unit on, it's falling off.
Uh-oh. You okay?
I'm okay.
Okay, all right. Proclamation. Whereas libraries provide the opportunity for everyone to pursue their passions and engage in lifelong learning, allowing them to live their best life. And libraries have long served as trusted institutions for all members of the community, regardless of race, ethnicity, creed, ability, sexual orientation, gender identity, or socioeconomic status. And libraries strive to develop and maintain programs and collections that are as diverse as the populations they serve and ensure equity of access for all. And libraries adapt to the ever-changing needs of their communities, continually expanding their collections, services, and partnerships. And libraries play a critical role in the economic vitality of communities by providing internet and technology access, literacy skills, and support for job seekers, small businesses, and entrepreneurs. And libraries are accessible and inclusive places that promote a sense of local connection, advancing understanding, civic engagement, and shared community goals. And libraries are cornerstones of democracy, promoting the free exchange of information and ideas for all. And libraries, librarians, and library workers are joining library supporters and advocates across the nation to celebrate National Library Week. Now therefore be it resolved that I, Rob Erickson, Mayor of the City of Garden Ridge, Texas, do hereby proclaim April 23rd through the 29th, 2023 in the City of Garden Ridge as National Library Week, and we encourage all residents to visit their library, our library, to explore the wealth of resources available. Signed by me. Way to go, Linda.
Thank you, sir.
Yay. Are we going to get a picture? Oh, no?
Of course. I comb my hair.
Got the TENS unit on, you okay?
I've got the TENS unit
All right.
on. All right. 1, 2, 3.
Got it?
Okay, I have just one.
Yes,
short-
ma'am.
very
The
short thing to
floor
say.
is yours.
Yes, very short, I promise. The popularity of libraries is surging. The public response to the work of the nation's libraries is reflected in increased numbers of visits. According to a recent Gallup poll, visiting the library is the most common cultural activity Americans engage in by far. In 2019, U.S. adults reported taking an average of 10.5 trips to the library. That's a year, not in a lifetime, people. According to Gallup, despite the proliferation of digital-based activities over the past 2 decades, including digital books, downloads, streaming, podcasts, libraries have endured as entertainment as a place Americans visit nearly once a month. You got some splaining to do, Lucy. No. I know, even though you owe me some visits, you still support us in spirit and in good support. So thank you.
Nobody signed up, by the way.
Okay. Okay, outstanding. Anybody else feel scolded by our librarian just now? Yes, ma'am. I need to get over there. Okay, item number 4, is citizen comment period. We didn't have anybody sign up, so we will skip to item number 5, consent agenda. These items may be acted upon in a single motion. No separate discussion or action on these items will be held unless requested by a council member. Public comment on these items may be heard during citizens' participation. However, that does not mean the item will be considered outside the consent agenda. Council, anybody have anything they want to pull from the consent agenda for this month? Take that as a no. If nobody has anything to pull from the consent agenda, can I get a motion to approve?
I move to approve the consent agenda as presented.
We have a motion to approve. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion to approve and numerous seconds. Any further discussion? Call it to a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, the motion. Item number 6, staff reports. In the interest of time and per mayor prerogative discretion, we will defer all our staff reports to May for updates. Council, you have in your packets, obviously, our updates from all of our department heads. Do you have any specific questions that need to be addressed at this time to any of our staff? Okay, that will conclude item number 6. Moving on to item number 7. Sir, the floor is yours.
Good seeing you too. Good evening. So the only thing I want to add to this report is we had our bid opening meeting for the 2252 project. There were 7 bids presented or submitted, and the bid the cost range from $920,000 to $1.6 million. However, we went through the bids and we found an error in one of the bidders' package, and it dropped their price. So that's where we're at with that. Once we go through the references, we'll send a recommendation letter to you guys for approval, and we'll get started from there.
Outstanding, Sam. Thank you. I know you've worked hard on that, and that's been a long, arduous process, but thanks for keeping it going, and thanks for your tenacity.
Oh, no problem.
It's great. Council, any questions for Sam? Thank you, Sam. All right. Thanks for sticking it out tonight.
Thank you. Good evening.
Okay, that concludes item number 7. We'll move on to item number 8, City Commission and Committee Reports, Recommendations, and Possible Actions. Planning and Zoning, Water Commission, as well as Charter Commission did not meet in the month of March, so there are no updates as applicable for us to hear. I will say, however, that although the Charter Commission Home Rule Charter Commission didn't meet in March, we will be hosting a town hall meeting about the upcoming special election for our Home Rule Charter with the Charter Commission on Tuesday, April 11th at 6 p.m. in council chambers right here. Our Parks Committee, Rod Chamberlain, did have a presentation, but he understands in the interest of time, we're going to defer that until May, and he said he will see us in May. If not, he'll see us at first/second Friday. Okay, moving on to item number 9, approvals and authorizations. The following items are for discussion, consideration, and action. 9A, ordinance number 143-03-2023, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Garden Ridge, Texas, granting a 120-day extension of an existing exclusive franchise agreement known as ordinance number 143-01-2020 by the City of Garden Ridge and BFI Waste Services of Texas, LP DBA Republic Services of San Antonio, for the collection and disposal of solid waste and recycling service, which expires on March 31st, 2023, and authorizing the city administrator to continue negotiations and development of an exclusive franchise agreement between the two parties during said extension period. So gentlemen, would you come forward? And if you'd turn on the mic and introduce yourself to everyone, specifically the council, so that everybody knows your name and who you represent, that'd be great.
Wonderful. Well, good morning, Mayor and Council. My name is Bill Rich, and I'm the General Manager for Republic Services here in San Antonio.
Thanks, Bill.
Did he say good morning?
He did, but it's close. It's not far off. No, not far off.
I didn't notice it. I mean.
My name is Tom Armstrong. I'm the Manager of Municipal Services for Republic Services in the San Antonio market.
It's great to have you both here. Thanks for being here in the wee hours, and it is close to morning, Bill. So, Council, if I may, just talk about what we've been doing with Republic to negotiate our contract. Yes, the contract technically expired last Friday. However, we had a wonderful conversation with Bill last week. We've had ongoing wonderful discussions and conversations with Tom since last July, and we are working on a contract, and we're gonna get through, and we're gonna continue this great relationship we have between Republic and the City of Gardner Ridge and the service that you provide all of our residents and community members. So we know that we have the Cadillac, as it's been called, the Cadillac of services that are provided by Republic. And we also know and realize as a community that the manual rear loading of waste and recycling is something that is not the industry standard anymore and is going away, correct?
That is correct.
Right. So we also know and we can appreciate that you've honored the contract that we've had regardless of the loss that you're taking financially as a company. And Council, that's to the tune of just under $200,000 a year from what we've been told. So we appreciate that. We appreciate the fact that you continue to honor that contract. We also greatly appreciate you allowing us to continue with the 120-day extension of that current contract to finalize the contract going forward. We know that our prices for rear load and the Cadillac of service are going to increase so that you can continue providing those services. We also realize that those services are going to go away and be phased out because that's what we're going to. You've also alluded or told us that most of your customers seem to be very satisfied once we do the side loading process that's automatic. It's pretty straightforward. So, and then our prices would most likely decrease from there. So that's something that we will work out. So at no cost to our customers, residents, and customers around the city, at no cost to them, we will continue this process for the next 120 days while we renegotiate the contract. What the city, in order to do that though, what the city is going to need to provide is the cost of the bulk dumpsters for 2 months, because that would be May and July. So the city is going to provide that cost and cover that for our residents and our customers to continue that service, and we plan to continue that service in the next contract as well. However, our residents, customers will see no increase in their bill for the next 4 months. So is that correct, sir?
That's correct.
Okay, fantastic. That's what I know. Nancy, anything else to add on that?
No, I think you covered it very well, Mayor.
Okay. Council, any questions for Bill and or Tom? Gentlemen, anything to add?
No, I'll just say is thank you all for allowing us to be your partner, right, in your environmental services that we get to provide for you, both recycling and trash collection. And we're looking forward to continuing this relationship well into the future. So we're honored. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. The honor's all ours. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Fantastic. That's it. We, then we'll discuss it. I don't think there'll be any questions, council, before they leave. Do you have any questions for them before we take action? Okay, so based on what you've heard, is there any further discussion? And if there's not, can I get a motion to approve ordinance number 143-03, 2023?
I move to approve ordinance 143-04, 2023.
03, 2023.
That's what I said.
Okay.
04.
We have a motion to approve the ordinance. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion to approve and a second. Any further discussion, council? I'll call it to a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion to approve passes unanimously. Thank you. Thanks, gentlemen. Drive safely home, please. Good night. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, it does. Sorry, yeah. Sorry. You're right.
No, Kay was right.
Reading an old, Kay was right, for the record. No, I'm getting the look. I'm sorry, Kay. I'm just reading. Okay. On to number 9B, aggregate mining operations adjacent to the city of Garden Ridge. Lisa, any updates we want to talk about tonight?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Good answer.
Yeah, so it is, what I will say for those out there listening or that will tune in later, we are actively engaged with Lion Cave Aggregate Company and other organizations that are going to help us out and help out our residents to better understand APOs, aggregate production organizations. That's what I said, operations, and work together better. So we are very involved with it, and we'll leave it at that for this month. Yes? Okay, great. Council, anything else on that? Outstanding. All right, 9C, 2023 Texas Legislative Session. Do we have cool pictures for Mr. Miller, Dr. Miller to see? Okay. There's us. That is Carrie Isaac, her office. That's all of us in our field trip last week. There we are in the cool room. There's outside the Capitol. And is there one more? That's my favorite. Okay, that's walking back from lunch. Okay,
Photobombed.
Yep, everybody's happy. We were leaving lunch. We had a great field trip with Northeast Partnership up there. We had 43 people total on the bus that went up there. Good ride up, good ride back. Like I said, on the bus ride, it's the first time I've gotten to Austin in a long time that I wasn't stressed out by the time I got there with all the traffic. We went in and were unable to meet with Senator Donna Campbell, who was on the floor introducing one of her bills, and we understand that as an organization. We were met eventually by her chief of staff. And then later on after lunch, we were in that one picture, we were on our way to Carrie Isaac's office. We had a great discussion with Representative Isaac and her staff, her chief of staff, Terry Franks, and we thank her and Mr. Franks for that discussion and all of their willingness to find a time to listen to us and listen to our concerns. We talked about aggregate mining operations, and we talked about TML being able to be an advocate, continue to be an advocate for local decision-making with our state representatives and state senators. What else did we talk about? You guys were all there. We went to the Texas Chili Parlor, highly recommended. Anything else we want to talk about? Okay. And we had a good discussion on all that, and we appreciate our interaction with our elected officials, and it's always great to see our state government at work. So that was good. They are very busy right now. That concludes item number 9. Item number 10, updates. We will defer to May. we will defer to May with the exception of what Todd wants to talk about. Go ahead.
Only because it happens before May. And I gotta double check the date because I forgot now. Comal ISD is having a meeting about the bond.
It's the 17th.
It is on the 17th of May, Davenport High School. For people who are interested in this bond, it will present the data about why the bond is needed. It helps us finish Davenport High School is one of the big parts of it. So folks, please come out. Starts at 6 o'clock at the Performing Arts Center, Davenport High School. There.
Outstanding. Thanks, Todd. Awesome. That concludes item number 10. Item number 11, is there a discussion of future agenda items anybody wants on? Okay, we'll move on. Item number 12, citizen comment period. Any takers? Dr. Miller. Sir, the floor is yours. Thank you for being here.
Always stick it out. Always stick it out. One way
Floor is
or the
yours, sir.
We had a homeowners association meeting after the last meeting, council meeting, and I got feedback from my neighborhood, many of whom you heard from this evening, because of proximity to the batch plan. That's one of the few times we can get them organized and get them excited about stuff. One of the other things we talked about was the draft ordinance, and they were kind of disappointed in that discussion, in that public hearing. And I promised them that I would bring up and prep you guys a little bit about what our expectations are regarding the city charter thing. And I said specifically what I was going to do was give you a heads up so I wouldn't blindside anybody. I was going to ask about what are the negatives of the city charter, going from home or individually to talk about what did you see when they came forward with their recommendation that made you say, I don't know about that. Something that gave you pause. We're real excited about it. I've been real excited about it for several years, but I don't know if I'm missing something because I can't find a whole lot of negatives. Maybe you guys can help us with the negatives as well as the positives. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Miller. There being no other citizens present.
No, sir.
Nope.
Mr. Rod Apgar is back in the back.
Oh, Rod, sorry, you're blending in back there.
I am fine, thank you.
Okay, thanks, Kay. That's 2 for Kay, because she is keeping score. Okay, no, it is, it's good. All right, so that does conclude item number 12. Item number 13, reports and comments from mayor and city council members. We will rattle some stuff off here. Todd, you talked about Comal ISD bond and the meeting. Trash off day, we got, with the help of the scouts, Troop 828, we got over 50 bags total, and worked about 3 hours, covered all 4 miles, 2 miles on each side of FM 2252, as well as Todd, his son Marcus, and bunch of scouts went up 3009 all the way to Municipal Parkway, right?
From the corner, on the Trophy Oak side, but
Crazy.
from the corner all the way up to Municipal Parkway.
Thank you for doing that. That was awesome.
12 scouts would break it up in chunks and go like crazy.
It was great. So, so there were more than 17 total with your 12s, and then that's another 24 total. That's awesome. And Kay, thank you again for bringing kolaches and donuts. You fed the scouts. You fed all of us. That was awesome. Thanks for doing that. That was very, very nice.
Welcome.
We have a Comal County luncheon next Monday, right, Nancy? And then NEP luncheon next Thursday? Okay. And we have, somewhere in here, it's on the agenda, we have First Friday, which is going to be Second Friday, a week from Friday. And the only other correction I have to that is that Paul Duke just had knee surgery today, so he won't be there to play. And the project graduation, they're going to be there to cook burgers from like literally 4:30 to 7:30. So, and you want to talk about the mixer on the 27th really quick?
Absolutely.
Please.
Once again, April 27th, Paul Davis Park, 5:30 to 7:30-ish. I think the last one shut down at 9. But we have Alamo Beer Company sponsoring. And I need to work on the food part. But other than that, we've got a lot of people and we're promoting it, and we'll have a poster or flyer for it by the end of this week to distribute.
Outstanding, Kelly. Thank you. And I know you and I have a conversation coming up to talk more about the mixer, right? Okay, cool. Council, anybody else? Everybody's good? Okay, great. That concludes item 13. Item 14, we do not need to meet in executive session tonight. Cynthia, any changes to that? Okay. So we will move on to item number 15, which doesn't happen because there are no business items that come out of executive session. So on to item number 16, hack the clock. Adjournment. There being no further business, the City Council regular meeting is adjourned at 10:08 p.m. Thank you, everyone.